Now, back to what I was saying. You have these people, and they are superficial. They really have ulterior motives when it comes down to your life and what they see in you and where they see you going and how they see you going. And if you're not moving the way that they see fit, they get very frustrated, flustered, and then they try to attack you. Whether that's blasphemy, whether that's talking bad about you, gossiping about you, being mean to you. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things, stealing from you. It could be a lot of things that people do to try to tear your character down, and they want you to be okay with that. So, for me, I have separated myself from all of those people because I personally don't like the way they rub my spirit. Every time I come around, I don't like the way I feel because I can feel in my heart that something is not right in our relationship. And 9 times out of 10, I'm willing to talk, I'm willing to whatever, but I'm not going to sit here and keep talking to somebody who got demons in them or who don't like me, who have hatred in their heart towards me. No, that's not what I'm going to do. It's just a waste of time, and it's just giving them too much energy because I feel like a lot of people, they thrive off of, and it's not people, it's the money entities that's tied to these people, y'all. They thrive off of being depressed. They thrive off of people being anxious, people being sick, people being mad, aggressive. All of those bad feelings, the money entities that's in these people, they thrive off of that. They are joyful when they see those things, and that's just sad. But that's what feed their spirit. That's what feed their spirit. Instead of them playing some gospel music, instead of them waking up praying to God, they feed their spirit by negativity, by being mean to the next person. That's what make them feel good. And that's how you know you different from people. If negativity don't make you feel good, if it make you feel irritable, if it make you feel sick, if it make you feel sick to your stomach, then you're not a bad person. Point blank, period. You cannot condone, your spirit cannot sit there and dwell up into that negativity or that BS, basically. And people who can dwell into that, they got different type of stuff that's going on inside of them that's not of the Most High, because they sit in the dwelling in negativity, causing and promoting negativity. That's so retarded. So, anyways, those are some of the people that I was raised around. And people be trying to tell me, oh, you should talk to them. Oh, you should do this. No, because God was preparing me to get separated from them, because where they're going to end up and where I'm going to end up is 2 different places. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. It's 2 different places. And a lot of people, they got a special place already in hell for them, because they want to cause so much hell on earth. That's what feed their spirit. And they don't care about that. They don't care about going to hell. They don't care about none of that, because they doing all of the things that cause you to get there. They do it every day without feeling convicted, without feeling bad. They do it every day. If you going to do something every day and you don't feel bad about it, like say if you go kill somebody and you don't feel bad about it and they didn't do nothing to you and you just killing people and you don't feel bad about it, that's what some people do. Like, some people will do the most terrible thing to you, and they don't have the spirit of conviction, which comes from God, the Most High. You got to be connected to God to have the spirit of conviction. If you don't have the spirit of conviction, who the hell is you connected to? Who? So, back to my story. I had a dream, y'all, that God was changing the guards. And it was like a 3rd-person dream. And I was seeing things basically in the spiritual realm in my dream. But it was like I was there, but it wasn't me. I was like, you know how you somewhere and you somebody else? But you somebody else, like you the finished product of who you supposed to be. So it probably was like years from now, whatever. And no, it was actually, but it was like now in today's timing though, like it was in a whole nother realm. And that's one thing about it. Like when you have dreams, when you have visions and stuff, it's in a different realm, but it's still in your life. It's just in a different portion, in a different dimension of your life. I don't know how to explain it. So when in my dream, I was inside of a different dimension. And it was like I had someone guiding me, like from the Most High. It was like someone that was there, that was sent from the Most High, that was guiding me through. I was like in a jail, but it wasn't a normal jail. It was like a jail that was, it had multiple cells, like a cell, like cell. So it was a very big jail, a very big room, but it was in a square. So you could see all four sides. But it was like a row. So we were in a hallway. So you can see, like if you're in a hallway, these two sides would be cells, but I can only see this side because, I don't know, I was faced this way. So I was only looking at this side of the cells, but it was multiple cells, maybe like 5. So as I'm in my dream, I'm noticing that there are people that was of the Most High. I think this was a jail, but it wasn't in, it was actually in like, I don't even know if it was in hell, because it was flames. It was a lot of flames, but the flames are not outside of the cell. The flames were inside of the cell, if that makes sense. It was like on the inside. So if you was on the outside, you wouldn't be in any flames. So we were on the outside, but we were like basically COs. It was like COs, but they were spiritual COs. And they had very gorgeous uniforms, because I remember gold glistening as I was walking. Like it was gold, like on their little belt buckles, on their little, they had badges of honor. It was gold. And I remember the people who had the uniforms on that were standing by the cells, like they were standing by the cells like regular police officers. And I remember all of their clothes began to fall off. They weren't completely naked though. It was like they just came off, but we couldn't see their, I don't know, maybe we could, I don't remember that part, but I don't remember seeing like anybody's genitals or anything. So came off, the clothes came off, and like in a split second, guys, I had the clothes on. It was like different people. It was different new people that was like on this side of the cells. We were all lined up, and I was in that line too. And we all had those uniforms on in a split second. And everybody else that was on this side of the cells, the COs that were lined up on this side of the cells, their uniforms completely came off. But then they had on regular clothes, and we had on the uniforms, and our regular clothes was off. So we started looking around like, what just happened? And I specifically remember a voice. It was like a guy, the same guy that was guiding us through the passageways, like through where we were needing to go. He was like, the guards are changing, and it's time, because people are not doing what they're supposed to do. People are lazy. He was like, a lot of people are switching sides. A lot of people are basically conforming to this world. A lot of people are letting people out, and they're not supposed to be out. Like, they're letting people out of the cells, and they're letting them out into the real world. Like, they're letting spirits out that's not supposed to be out, right? Okay. So they were doing like a lot of like bad, some people was doing those things, like bad things, and they were actually, the people who was letting spirits out, they was actually getting put in the cells. Like, they were actually going to jail. They was getting like, they wasn't going to jail now, but they was going to go to court, and they was going to go to jail, and eventually they were going to end up in the cell. But they didn't know that was going to happen to them, and they were scared. They were like, oh my God, like, we just lost our position. Like, God is going to get us. They was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? They didn't know, but they knew they had to go to court. So, but they had to go to court, like, right then. Like, so they were like, oh my God, they didn't have no time to think. They didn't have no time to write a letter. They didn't have no time to do nothing. It was just like, they was basically it was like God was having court while this whole thing was happening, because it was so many people that court was going on before we even got there. It was already court for like some other people. So we got our uniforms. We like, okay. So the man's like, oh, the guard's changing. So he ended up telling us all the rules, like what we not supposed to do, yada yada yada. But my main point of this, I don't remember the rest of the dream after this point, to be honest. But my main point of this is, in the cells behind the COs, there was a lot of people, y'all, that it was flames surrounding them. Like, it was like, they had just got there though. So it was like, they was not, some people might was there for like 30 days, maybe 3 years. Maybe 30 days is like 3 years or something, like, because time is different. So, but they wasn't there for a long time. But maybe they were there for like some years, because I noticed people that I knew, people in my family, y'all, that I knew, and I don't want to say who they are, but people that was in my family that I knew, they were literally screaming at me, telling me to open up the gate, let them out, help them. And it's like I remember their faces, but I didn't. Me being who I was with the uniform on, it was like God wiped my memory of them. Like, but I could know, I knew that I knew this person, because I was still there in third person, because I was in a vision as well as a dream. So me being me at this moment right now, I want to be like, oh my God, that's my, like, for example, that's my cousin, even though it wasn't my cousin, but like, that's my cousin, and I want to help them. But when I looked at myself, when I had the uniform on, I was not budging. Like, I was not worried about helping them. But coming in a dream, I was worried about helping them. And I thought about it, and I'm like, maybe God want me to help them. But no. So that dream was like 3 months ago, y'all. And I got a revelation like 2 days ago, because somebody that was in that dream asked me for something. I said, no, I don't have it. And I realized, you got those tactics, those same tactics that's going to lead you right where I just dreamed, y'all. And it's crazy that I'm not God. I'm not perfect. I don't know if these people are going to end up there, but these people are not changing. Every day, they are not changing. They're the same person. You made it personal, man. You made it personal. So it's like, I know that God was telling me that if I am to help them, I'm going to end up in those same gates with them, and I refuse to. So yeah, I want to let y'all know that hell is real, and God has a special place for those people who do those type of things. And it's like on level 500 in jail, locked up, with, it's like flames around them. I don't even know what was inside of the jail cells, because I was like, ooh, I didn't want to look, but I looked, and I didn't want to look. And I didn't really get the full glimpse, because the dream is so explicit. It's like, you can't really get the whole thing unless you sit there and you just marinate. But baby, I wanted to wake up. So yeah, it's real. And a lot of people that we know are going to be there in today's age and time. A lot of people that we know, they are going to end up there. And it's, honestly, it's not okay, but it is what it is. We got to move around them, past them, and that's that. Period. So tell me what y'all think. Tell me if y'all had a dream like this, so I can see if I'm not the one that, you know what I'm saying? But I know I'm not tripping. But yeah, tell me if y'all had a dream similar to this, so we can talk, because I can go more into detail, but I want to just leave it as basic as possible right now. Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe. And y'all talk to me in the comments. Let's chat.